Ladies and gentlemen, your host for Come Dancing, Rosemary Ford.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Bournemouth, where tonight you join us for the second semi-final in our competition for the Proton Cars Trophy. Now, the team from Liverpool have already won their place in next week's final, and they'll meet tonight's winners, who will be either London North or London South. And deciding that outcome will be our panel of judges, who are Julie Earnshaw, Donnie Burns and Marcus Hilton. And as always, the dancers will be competing in 4 sections. And we start with the 2 Latin dances. So here for the samba are Simone Onis and Cara Stubbington competing for London North. And to represent London South, here are John Burns and Jane Littleton. Our commentator is Charles Noe, and on stage is our orchestra, led by their musical director, Andy Ross.
Simone Onis is 23 and he's from Sardinia, where his dancing career was going well, but not well enough, he felt. His solution? He came to Britain a few months ago to move the dancing up a gear. Cara Stubbington is 18 and her past credits include the British and International Junior Championships and the Open British Under-21 Latin title. Together they've reached the final of the National Amateur Latin Championship. John Burns and Jane Littleton finished last year's Come Dancing as the couple who'd most impressed the judges throughout the series. They've been dancing together for 6 years, they're former European 10-dance champions, and they've been England's top-seeded Latin couple for the last 2 years. Among their recent events, the World Latin Competition in Copenhagen, in which they finished 4th, 3rd place in the Open British, and they won the All-England Amateur Latin title.
Tonight is the sensual rumba, and here competing for London North are Matthew Cutler and Joanne Cartwright. While for London South, it's Matthew Hearn and Karen Howard.
Soft as an easy chair. As the morning air, love, ageless and evergreen, seldom seen by two.
Matthew Cutler and Joanne Cartwright have been dancing together just a couple of months, though we've seen both of them before on Come Dancing with their previous partners. They're both former holders of the British Youth Latin Championship. Matthew's 20, Joanne's 21, and she's just returned to Britain after 3 years living and dancing first in Texas and then in Oslo.
Spirits rise and the dance is unrehearsed. They warm and excite us. Two lights that shine.
Matthew Hearn is the son of Jeff Hearn, trainer of London South's formation team. Matthew is 23 and his partner, Karen Howard, is 21. They've reached second place in the national and the English Amateur Latin Championships, and a recent away fixture for them was the annual Savaria Dance Festival in Hungary, where they took on a truly international opposition and won themselves a place in the final.
Ageless and ever
The Latin section judged as usual by Donnie Burns, and for the samba he awarded London North 1 point, London South 2. Next came the rumba, and this time Donnie made it 2 points to London North, 1 to London South.
Well, from the Latin we move on to the modern section, and the first dance is the slow foxtrot. So here for London North are Jonathan Crossley and Michelle de Barra. Whilst for London South, it's Mark Lucas and Delia Crossley.
Jonathan Crossley and Michelle de Barra, the closed British youth modern champions, with 16 months of dancing partnership behind them. They're both 19, and they recently took on the world at the Open British Youth Competition in Blackpool and finished third. There's a good bit of family rivalry in the slow foxtrot tonight. We saw Jonathan Crossley for London North, and now here's his big sister Delia, aged 21, with her partner of the last 3 years, Mark Lucas, who's 24. Mark and Delia got engaged recently. They're the City of Manchester modern champions, and their ventures abroad have included the Copenhagen Open Championship, where they made the final 6.
From the grace of the foxtrot to the pace of the quickstep, as we meet for London North, Mark Shuttler and Jane Brown. And for London South, it's Christopher Hawkins and Hazel Newberry.
Another tale of family needle. Jane Brown has a sister dancing in the opposition's formation team tonight. Jane has been dancing with Mark Shuttler for 8 years. They're both 24, and they've won the UK 10 Dance Championship. This year's closed British modern competition saw them finish third, and they took the same position in the Dutch Open and the Imperial Amateur Modern Championship. Next on their agenda is a dancing tour of Hong Kong and China. Christopher Hawkins and Hazel Newberry are 19 and 18, partners for a year and a half. They started off dancing both modern and Latin, but they were finding their best success in the modern competitions, so they've made that their market. At home, they recently won the Imperial Amateur Modern Competition, while on the international stage, they took a place in the finals of the World Championships held in Paris and in Utah, USA. And at the end of our second section, let's see the marks from the modern judge, Marcus Hilton. For the slow foxtrot, 1 to London North and 2 to London South. The second modern dance, the quick step, and it's London North again, 1 point, and London South, 2.
So London South now take the lead with the overall score of London North 5 and London South 7. Well, now we meet the old-time dancers as we move on to the third section in tonight's semi-final. Firstly, it's the Rialto two-step and then the Lola Tango. So let's welcome for London North, Robert Finnegan and Joanne Lloyd. And for London South, it's Adrian Hibbard and Jenny Grew.
Robert Finnegan and Joanne Lloyd are both 19, and they've been dancing old time for 3.5 years. They won an amateur championship in the Midlands recently, where they earned a glowing commendation from one of the judges for the improvement they've shown over the last year. Robert and Joanne are the current British under-21 old-time champions. Adrian Hibbard is 25 and his partner of 2 years is Jenny Grew, she's 18. Dancing achievements for Adrian and Jenny include the Gwent and Pontypool Old Time Championships and the Southport Show Dance Competition. They particularly enjoy the show dance events and they put their experience to good and varied use, including helping out Jimmy Savile on a dancing fix-it.
For Lola Tango for London North are Robert Hay and Jackie Dowsett. And for London South, it's Michael O'Callaghan and Emma Dobbs.
Robert Hay and Jackie Dowsett have been dance partners for 2.5 years. In their separate lives away from the dance floor, Robert is an accountant and Jackie describes herself as a full-time mum. They've won the Great Britain and East of Britain Championships in 1992 and 93, and this year's London Modern Sequence Championship. Michael O'Callaghan and Emma Dodds are 23 and 22, and they've been dancing together 11 years. They've won many a competition, including the National Belita and the UK Old Time. The Classic Championship went to them in 92 and 93, and they picked up last year's Classique de Danse Award for Amateur Old Time. Judging the old-time section for us is Julie Earnshaw, and her view of the Rialto two-step, 1 point to London North and 2 to London South. Next was the Lola Tango, and Julie's marks again, London North 1, London South 2.
So after 3 sections, the overall position is that London North has 7 points and London South have 11. Well, now we give the competitors a welcome breather before we see the formation teams in action. It's time for our cabaret spot. Throughout this series, our resident world professional Latin and modern champions have been alternating each week to bring us some fabulous routines. This week, with a very special swing routine, it's the turn of the fabulous Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather.
This week went so fine. And when you find it, brother, you better mind it like it was pure gold. You better be there when this girl is the caring. 'Cause if you don't mind your love, someday that love will grow cold. 'Cause love's like a flower, you can't break or mend it. You gotta love and tend it every day. Even though love is flowing, keep a love like flowings. 'Cause if you don't mind your love, that love might just fade away. Just loving you, that's all I wanna do. I'll always be here. I'll be right there if you ever need me. Because love's like a baby. It's all your affection, all your love and protection, all the time. Every day, I wanna live love. Every night, I wanna give love. Honey, I'm gonna mind your love. So baby, your love's so fine. Just loving you is all I wanna do. I'll always be here. I'll be right there if you ever need me. Because love's like a baby. It's all your affection, all your love and protection, all the time. Every day, I wanna live love. Every night, I wanna give love. Honey, I'm gonna mind your love. 'Cause baby, your love's so fine. Every day, I wanna live love. Every night, I wanna give love. 'Cause honey, I mind your love. 'Cause baby, your love's so fine.
The world professional Latin champions, Donnie Burns and Gaynor Fairweather. Well, with the scores at London North 7 and London South 11, there's just one section left as the formation teams take to the floor. But remember, the judges can award a maximum of 6 points. The team from London North are ready and waiting. Please welcome the Greater London Latin Formation team.
We have 2 Latin formation teams tonight, so they both have to include all 5 Latin competition dances. The trick, of course, is to find new ways to fit them all into your 3 minutes. Frank and Kay Mercer's Greater London team, 16 of them, choreographed by Frank and costumed by Kay. The team's achievements include winning the British and Scottish Grand Prix and appearing in a Royal Command performance.
Tonio, un retonio, invierno, un infierno. today goodbye and point me toward tomorrow. We did what we had to do. Won't forget, can't regret what I did for
Representing London North, that was the Greater London Latin Formation team. This last dance will decide who goes through to the final of Come Dancing 93. London South are ready, so here are the Penge Latin team.
This summer has seen the Penge team in Cologne for the European Championships, where they were the highest placed British team, finishing 10th out of 25. An interesting point about the standing of formation dancing in Europe is that 23 countries entered, which is more than the number you require for your sport to be eligible for the Olympics. Olympic recognition of dance sport is on the way. For this routine, Peggy Spencer and Jeff Hearn have steered their team away from strict tempo music and into the more flexible, and therefore more tricky, styles of this collection of the greatest hits of Queen. The formation teams bringing our competition to a close, and the marks from Julianne Shaw, Karen and Marcus Hilton, who arrived at an overall formation score of London North 3 and London South 6.
That means that the final score tonight is London North 10 and London South 17. So it's London South who go through to the Come Dancing final next week with our congratulations. And a very special thanks to you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us. Next week, the final of this year's Come Dancing competition for the Proton Cars Trophy, in which tonight's winners, London South, will meet Liverpool. Until then, may I wish you a very good night.